84. In comparing a 1 molar sodium chloride solution and a 1 molar calcium chloride solution, which solution has the higher boiling point, melting point, osmotic pressure, vapor pressure at a given temperature? So these are the colligative properties, and the idea here is that solute particles disturb these properties. And the more solute particles there are, the higher the concentration of solute particles there are, the larger the disturbance. So what happens to the boiling point is it increases when there are solute particles. The melting point actually decreases, the osmotic pressure increases, and the vapor pressure decreases. Those are the 4 colligative properties. So let me write this down. The presence of solute, so more solute particles cause the boiling point to go up, the freezing point to go down, the osmotic pressure goes up, and then the vapor pressure goes down. Those are the 4 colligative properties. 1, 2, 3, 4. So notice that the concentrations are the same, 1 molarity and 1 molarity, but the key here is how many particles. This is the concentration of compounds, but these are ionic compounds, and ionic compounds dissociate. Sodium chloride dissociates into sodium and chloride anions, and for every 1 mole of this, you get 1 of these and 1 of those. That's 2 moles of ions. But calcium chloride gives you more ions. 1 mole of calcium chloride gives you a calcium and 2 chlorides, which is 3 moles of ions. So the calcium chloride solution is going to have a larger effect on the colligative properties. So let's see. Which solution has a higher boiling point? Well, the boiling point goes up when there are more solute particles, and calcium chloride is going to have the more solute particles. So calcium chloride is going to have the higher boiling point. The colligative property is called boiling point elevation. The next one is melting point or freezing point. So the more solute particles causes the freezing point to go down. So the calcium chloride solution, being more concentrated, would actually have a lower freezing point, and the sodium chloride solution, being less concentrated, would have a higher freezing point. This colligative property is called freezing point depression. So the more concentrated solutions have a more depressed freezing point. The third one is osmotic pressure, and osmotic pressure goes up. Osmotic pressure increases, so it's going to be the higher concentration calcium chloride solution which has the higher osmotic pressure. And then finally, the vapor pressure is lower. You know, if the boiling point goes up, that means the vapor pressure is lower. Okay, if it's harder to boil, it's not vaporizing as much. So the larger concentration solution would have a lower vapor pressure, and the less concentrated sodium chloride solution would have a higher vapor pressure. Hopefully these didn't confuse you. Okay, the more concentrated stuff doesn't always mean the colligative properties go up. You know, the 4 colligative properties are these. Okay, some of them, the presence of solute makes the property go up, and some of them, the presence of solute makes the property go down.